Right, TM Warrior fans and surrounding areas. It's Monday evening, and that means we're going to be talking Tuloso-Midway Warriors football here on the TM Warriors podcast. And again, every Monday here at about 4:35, we bring two players, sometimes coaches, to talk a little bit about the season. And we have two of our underclassmen here for our Tuloso-Midway a Warrior football program. We've got Will McCall and we've got Jonas Darby. Will, how you doing?
Doing good.
Hey, thank you for coming out, spending some time here with us on the TM Warriors Players podcast. And then we've got Jonas Darby. Jonas, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yes, sir. Nothing to be worried about. We have a lot of fun here on the podcast, and we've got some amazing things going on. We have set up or created, I should say, a network there for Tuloso Midway that we've already got out and about on Facebook. We're working to get it on Twitter now. So for all you TM Nation, definitely subscribe or follow the pages. We're going to have these podcasts on Wednesdays. We have Coach Buriel does the show, Coach Chapa. We're definitely going to be moving on to the coaches in basketball and continue to do that through softball and baseball. Every time a sport comes, we're hoping to continue to grow this network. So please call the Tribe Sports Network. Please share it on your timeline. Tell all your family and friends as we want this to grow so we can definitely show all of our athletes and everything that goes on there athletic wise there at Tuloso Midway. So I'm really excited about creating this and what it can do there for Tuloso Midway. So this is not only going to be for varsity, but we'll talk about the sub varsities and we'll also talk about middle school. So just wanted to get that out there before we get the podcast started and to let you guys know that Coach Buriel will be back on Wednesday, but he's also going to have a special guest. So you definitely want to tune in. I'm not going to tell you who that is, possibly until tomorrow or right before we get to the podcast. But I want you guys to tune in because we've got a special guest that's going to be joining the Coach V podcast there. So you definitely don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. So, guys, let's go ahead and get started. And the first thing I want to say is congratulations. You guys are in the playoffs. We don't know who we're going to play just yet, but an accomplishment in itself. I know that was a goal of Tuloso Midway before the season started, and you guys have accomplished that. Hopefully, we can get to the second round. We don't know who we're going to play just yet, but the boys got a game, the last game of the regular season at home be this Friday versus Zapata. So all TM Warrior fans, Cherokee fans, please come on out and support our football program and the Warriors. Guys, before I start asking about football questions, I want you guys to kind of introduce yourself so we know your name. Will, let us know you're a junior. What jersey number do you wear and what position do you play for the Warriors?
Uh, I'm Will McCall, number 8. I play receiver and running back.
Great, great. Underclassmen definitely coming back next year. So we're excited about that. Then Jonas.
I'm playing slot receiver and I play corner. I also play in the backfield a little bit at running back too.
Awesome. I've seen some of your stats. I've seen some of your videos. And I'm really excited because when I talk with Coach on his podcast, the one thing we talk about that I see is a lot of players coming back from a team that right now is 6-3, right? So if you guys win Friday, you're going to be 6-4 on the season, 3-1 in district. So that's great. And knowing that a lot of you players, two of you guys, Damon Figueroa will be back. There's a couple of those linemen that are going to be back. So I think there's a lot of players from this successful team that will be back next year that really excites me about where this program is going. Will, let us talk a little bit about the season. So you guys started off here great. You had obviously some goals and expectations. You guys, I think, have met that going into the playoffs now. But talk a little bit about the beginning of the season. What was your expectation going in, and then tell us where you guys are at now from the beginning. I hope we get there. And now that we're at the very last game of the regular season, tell us, okay, the team is here.
Yeah, we definitely started off really good, had high hopes for everything. And towards the end, we are looking good with a good record. Everyone's having fun. And now it's just time to go win the first playoff game.
How was that trip going over to the valley? You guys went twice. I mean, you guys ate at a good place there in Kingsville, but what was the drive like over there for you?
It was good bonding time with the team. There's stuff on the bus. good jokes and having fun.
There you go. Those charter buses, right? Better than going on those yellow buses. Yeah. Thank God for the booster and everything that they do there for you guys, because that makes a big difference. People understand to drive on those yellow buses there a couple of hours or that charter bus makes a big difference. And then you guys had a great meal down there in Kingsville. So that was great. So now going into Zapata, obviously, what do you know about them? And obviously, this is still a big game because nothing's been settled. I mean, you guys are in the playoffs, but nothing's actually been settled yet as far as the opponent you're going to play. So, how important is it to come out here off of the bye week? And you guys actually were out of school last week to come back and get this win to see where you guys, what opponent you guys are going to play. That's for Will.
Uh, uh, the bye week, it was a good break for us to like get better and go back in. Good way for us to practice for Zabata even earlier and get everything ready.
How important is this win for you guys? How important is it? Because some players, they say, well, we're in the playoffs. For you guys, how are you guys feeling? Saying, look, we're not content. I mean, we want to win this game. We still have something here. We don't know who we're going to play. So, how important is this win for you guys on Friday versus Zapata?
It is important for us to win so we can get a good seed, second seed. It's not first seed, but it is something we do want to do and get second seed.
Absolutely. And I would think as a player, right, it's the momentum, right? Going into the playoffs with the win, you feel good. No one wants to go into the playoffs with a loss, right? I mean, you're going to go there, but it's an important win for many reasons. But one is to continue, like you said, get that W, play well in this game, continue to work on the things that we need to, because that other district that you go to, those teams over there are really, really tough. All of them are really, really tough. They play football. So that first round is going to be a challenge for us for this district, no matter, because that number 4 seed over there, they're pretty good. So we're going to be playing a tough opponent. Jonas, I'll go with you here next. So playing offense, we've seen you kind of run the ball a little bit. What's it been like to run the ball there and learn or run next to what I think is one of the best running backs in the Coastal Bend? I say in the state of Texas. I mean, that's how much I think of Damien Figueroa. But what's it like to be running back there in the backfield with one of the best here in the Coastal Bend?
It's definitely a good feeling. I mean, I'm good friends with him. We talk all the time about like how we can both get better and how it's good to just talk about the tape when we're watching it together, especially as a team and how we can get better for each other and with each other. Especially because when we're back there, we also block for each other a lot. So we gotta have good chemistry there.
It's nice to know that we got the chemistry there. You coming back next year, obviously getting better. Damon Figueroa coming back, obviously getting better every game. I think if you're Coach Villarreal, you're very happy with what you got coming back next year. I do want to talk a little bit about your line. Get your thoughts on the line. When I saw these guys, you got a big line. We've had Coach Talbert, the offensive coordinator there, and he talks about, yeah, you see size and you see strength when you see these guys, but speed is something that you don't see unless you watch them play, right? Like you got to add the speed to the size and the physicality. You run behind that line, right? You
Yeah.
block with that line. Talk to us a little bit from a guy who sees them practice every day, a very young line that a lot of those guys will be back. Talk to us a little bit about what you see in practice and just how good is this line.
I think they're really good, and that we're always improving. We go through a run hole every morning, which is just, it's just the linemen and linebackers going at it, running through our stuff. And I feel like it's great for them just to really see how to block something and what we're messing up on and how we can make it better for the game. And also we have the second group coming, which is I mean they're not the starters, but it's also good to see what they can do, and it's some of the younger guys too, like sophomores who don't play much. Like I can say my younger brother, he's on varsity now, and I think he'll be a good add-on for next year. He's a bigger guy, work on his speed a little bit, but he's a bigger guy, so he'll be good for us too. And like you said, we got a lot of guys returning, so I think they're a great line, and I think they'll be even better next year.
I look at your stats and I look at where we're at. And obviously, talking to Coach Viriel, and we'll get more on this on his podcast Wednesday. But Tuloso Midway, this is the third year consistently, consecutively, that they are making the playoffs, which means the last 2 years they made the playoffs. This is the third round. This is the third time consistently that they've made the playoffs, which I think says a lot for a program who for a while there didn't make the playoffs. That shows that this program is going in the right direction, right? We're getting into the playoffs. It's you've been in a tough district, and now it's time to, yeah, we've been there this third year. Now we got to get past that first round, right? Get that off our back and get to that second round. And I know that's a goal for you guys. So that in itself, I wanted to mention here as an accomplishment to let them know that the guys before you and you guys have been working towards getting to the playoffs, and that has happened. This will be the third year consecutively that's happened. So congratulations to you guys on being able to make the postseason here for the third time in a row. Now you've got Zapata coming in here, and you heard me tell Will, it's an important game, right? We can't get laxed and say, hey, look, we're in the playoffs. No matter what, we're still playing for seeding. We're still playing for whoever it is that's going to win, right? We don't control that, but we do control where we play, what seed, and that's the second seed. So I want to get your thoughts on how important is this game Friday against Zapata. I think it's a pretty good Zapata team.
No, I think they're really good, and I think it'll be a really good test for our secondary as well. Because they throw the ball a lot. They got a really good quarterback over there. He got injured versus Cal Allen, but he's back and he's going to be playing against us. So I think it's going to be a good test for our secondary. It's a big game for us for seeding because, like you say, that the other district we have to play it's a tough district. So for us to get the second seed and just to play a lower team, a third ranked team is just, better for us because we want to win a playoff game and that's the goal. And that's always been the goal here.
Yes, sir. I know I've talked to coach, and I know that's something, and I hope that you guys can get that this year. Because like I said, I know something you guys are work towards. We talked about getting into the playoffs every year. Now it's time to get past that first round, get to that second and third round. I know that's something that this team and coaches, they've been working very, very hard to do. So again, TM, a Warrior, a Nation, Cherokee fans, come on out Friday. It's the last home game of the regular season. So we definitely want everyone out there cheering our team. Like you heard Jonas say here, Zapata, they do like to pass the ball a lot, and they're playing for the same thing you guys, right? They want to get that W. So the more support we can get out there, TM Nation, definitely pack the stands, make a lot of noise. We need that W, and you never know what's going to happen in the playoff. You might get a first round playoff home game, right? That would be great. So not saying that's going to happen, but you never know what can happen in the first round of playoffs. To stay at home and play a home game there, man, it didn't get no better than that. So that's great. These are two of our underclassmen who you're hearing them here. And the reason we bring this, the reason that we have the Players Podcast is to introduce them to the community and surrounding areas. Sometimes you guys just see the number. So they come out here for about 15 minutes or so because they've had a long day. They have a workout. We can't keep them very long, but want to get them out here. Can't get everybody out, but definitely get the ones that we can out here. Talk a little bit about themselves and how the program is going. Do want to ask you guys before I leave, and Will, I'll go to you. So I've never asked the kids, but I want to ask this time. So Coach James Uriel, he's been there with you guys. You guys know who he is, but first year, he's now your athletic director, head football coach. Well, I'm going to ask you, what's it like to play for Coach Uriel?
I mean, he's a good coach, and I really do love playing for him. He's great with the kids, helps us out, teaches us what we're doing wrong, and we're just learning from him. He's a good coach.
Awesome. Yeah. And for the fans that don't know, Coach is right there watching them too. So he's in the office watching them. So they got to say the good things there. Now I'm just playing with you guys. He is a good coach. I've talked to him, and I've been impressed with he has a lot of defense. He's a defensive coordinator, right? But now he's a head man there, but has a lot of knowledge and definitely is going to continue to work hard to take Tuloso-Midway to that next level. Jonas, I'd ask you the same thing for you. What's it been like for you to play under Coach Uriel this year?
I think it's been good. He's a great coach and he's come from a great background, coming from a very good, successful vets team. And last year being the defense coordinator, I mean, he still works a lot with the defense, even though he's a head coach and AD now. And he's just, a good guy, brings good vibes to the team, pumps everybody up before the games. And, we love that around here.
Absolutely. And now with our new network there, we're gonna bring more eyes into Tuloso Midway, our program. So again, Warrior Nation, we do got a network that we created with permission from the athletic director and football coach. It's called the Tribe Sports Network, right? So we're gonna have it on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, where we can take photos. So it's something that we're going to continue to build here. And it's all for our kids. And it's not just varsity, it's sub varsity that we'll talk about, maybe stream some games, also get into the middle school and even youth, all the way down to the youth program, to the kids who are at that level, who eventually are going to become the future TM Warriors or Cherokee. So we definitely are looking to really build this network. So how can you support is just to continue to watch it, like it, share it with as many people that talk about it. Let's get more eyes on this network and support our athletes, our programs. We've got great coaches here at Tuloso Midway, not to mention the kids. A lot of this that we do basically for the players to get them more recognition. And the way we do that is by the community supporting by liking and sharing it to as many people as they can. So definitely, I'm excited, guys. Thank you for coming out and spending a little bit of time with me here. Let your teammates know that if they're called upon, not to be shy. They're just up here about 15 minutes to talk a little bit about the program. Congratulations again on the great season. You got one more game left here, and I'm definitely looking to win that first round, whoever the opponent is, right, to get us to the second round. That would be huge, I know, for you guys and for Tuloso Midway. Before I let you go, I do want to give you guys the final word. Jonas, I'll go to you first. Anything you want to add? Anybody you want to give a shout out to? A brother, mom and dad, girlfriend, friend?
Uh, I don't think I want to give a shout out, but I definitely will add on the playoff situation. I think like me, I come into the playoff game with a chip on my shoulder because I've been a part of those last two teams who've been to the playoffs, Since my freshman year, I was on varsity. We came up short in the playoffs. Last year, we came up short in the playoffs. And this year, I think we have a really good chance and a really good team to just make it happen and get to the second round and play and just play as long as we can.
Absolutely. And I'm cheering for you. The Tri Sports Network absolutely supports you guys. I know it's something we talked about, and I know it's something huge for you guys, something you guys have been working hard. So I hope getting to the playoffs, obviously, again, was exciting, but it's getting that first round win. Getting to the second round is what the goal is here for Tuloso Midway. So definitely, I would agree with you that we've got a great team, and hopefully that happens for us. Before we get to that playoffs, we got to be Zapata on Friday, right? Like we got to get that Darby, make sure that we go to the playoffs with the win. Will, I'd ask you any final thoughts? Anybody maybe you want to give a shout out to, or any final thoughts? Anything you want to add?
Uh, no, no final thoughts. No final thoughts.
Guys, thank you very much and good luck on Friday. I can't be at the game, but definitely I watch through y'all's live stream. I'm constantly updating the app, watching you guys. And when you guys aren't winning, I'm like, oh man, I get a little upset too. But it's because I want to see you guys win. Talking to Coach B every week, talking to you guys. I don't live in TM, but you can see I'm wearing the gear, right? I don't come in here, look at the TM cap, look at the shirt, look at the color. I'm all bought in, man, on TM. So definitely got a big supporter on this side of the bridge. Good luck. And for the TM community, like I said, we definitely got another podcast this week. It's the Coach B weekly podcast with our athletic director, head football coach, James Viriel. And we do have a special guest coming on Wednesday. So I'm not going to tell you who that is. You're going to have to tune in to find out, but definitely got a special one coming and definitely looking forward to Wednesday. That podcast takes place at 3 o'clock live this Wednesday. So definitely want to tune in. You don't want to miss the special guest that's coming on with Coach Viriel. So guys, thank you very much. I know Coach is there. Tell him I said to continue to work hard, and I'll see him on Wednesday. Guys, good luck on Friday, and we'll talk to you guys here very soon.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you
sir.
for
Thank
having
you,
us.
guys. Absolutely.